Hello out there. It's also and always my delight to welcome you to cross-cultural experiences where I invite a guest from any part of this globe, to come and share his or her experience, so long as the person has left the culture of origin and has gone to another place. More importantly, it is not just your experience, but what did you learn from it? Because our world is made up of different people. And so today I have Amal as my guest, and I will allow her to just introduce herself. Welcome to this forum, Amal.
Hi, Uche. Thank you. I'm AMAL Bakry, originally from Egypt. I'm an assistant professor of strategic communication, and I currently reside in Louisiana.
All right, is it okay to say assalamu alaikum?
Yeah, it's okay. Alaikum salam.
All right, well, go ahead and share your experience or experiences.
Okay, so
Yeah.
probably what came to mind to talk about today is my experience as a foreign exchange student in high school when I was 15. I left my family and friends in Egypt because I thought it would be very exciting to be away from my mom for a year. That was the motivation, you know.
Okay,
So,
so,
I spent one school year with a host family in Wisconsin.
oh,
Uh,
Wisconsin here in the US.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. So, and I graduated from high school that year. So I remember when I first arrived, I was very excited to be independent and to be away from my mom's control, you know. That was like such a big thing
Uh,
for me as a
every child,
teenager.
every child wants to break free.
Yes, exactly. And bit by bit, I became more and more homesick. And especially when school started, because I just realized how different I am from all the kids in school and how this is kind of scary. Because the first day of school, I'm sitting in the classroom. And when the bell rang, everybody rushed outside, and I'm waiting for the next teacher to arrive. Just like Egypt, the teachers rotate, you know. But I found out that it's not like this here. It's the kids who rotate, the students. So I was like, you know, trying to understand which classroom and where to find it and how to get there on time. It was, you know, a very, and I don't have friends at school yet. So I felt very lonely, and it started to hit me that it's not that exciting to be away from my mom because I'm also away from my friends and my school and my club and everything I know, you know. So I remember I started talking to my host mother, and I found myself crying and crying and crying. And I said,
Oh,
I won't make it. I don't think. Remember, I was a baby. I was only 15, but of course,
15, yeah.
I didn't think of myself as a baby. I was a grown up, of course. That's my thinking. And, you know, my host mom was called Barbara. She was, I love her. We're still in touch. And she just listened and nodded her head, nodded her head, nodded her head. And she said, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're going to make it. You'll be fine. And just this reassurance, having somebody to tell you you'll be okay, made me okay, you know. And yeah, bit by bit, of course, she told me, when you start dreaming in English, let me know. Because
No, no,
that's
no.
what
Say it again. Say it again. When you
she
start
asked
dreaming in
me.
English.
She said that she read that people, when they live in a different culture and speak a different language,
Yes.
this after a while they start dreaming in the foreign language. And she asked me, as soon as you start dreaming in English, let me know, because I
Oh,
want to know. So I
okay.
went to her one day and I said, I had a dream in English for the
Oh,
first
you
time.
did? You
I
did?
did, I did. You start dreaming because that's all you speak. That's I've now I wasn't allowed to see any of my family or friends throughout the year. So really all I'm
Yeah.
speaking is English. You know, we didn't have cell phones back then or internet. So if I
No.
wanted to communicate with my friends, we were sending letters. And with my family, I was calling them maybe once a month or twice a month, international calls. you know.
Oh.
So yeah, so communication was not as easy as today. It was very complicated and all over the place and very infrequent.
Okay.
So
Now
yeah.
let me ask you a
Mhm.
question. You started
Yeah.
by trying to run away from mom. And
Yes.
finally you say, I made it. Mom, I'm away. Then you get there and then you say, oh, where is mom? Where is
No,
mom?
I didn't say where is mom. I said where are my friends? Where is
Oh,
my
where are your
life?
friends? Okay, where are your
I
friends?
missed my life. I missed my neighborhood.
Okay,
I miss the food I like to eat.
okay.
Uh yeah, lots of course, you know.
If you don't mind, what was that food? What was the name?
Fool is fava beans. This is a staple food we eat in
Okay,
the morning and at night. Basically, I really like everything here. A lot of things have sugar from
right.
morning till, you know, especially breakfast, like pancakes and syrup and that. And I'm used to like eating savory stuff, you know, feta
Yeah,
cheese
yeah, yeah.
and fava beans and olives and, you know, so I put on a lot of weight. Like all the exchange students, we put on a lot of weight. That was a struggle, of course, for a teenager, you
Right.
know.
I'm sorry to put it this way. You became a sugar baby. Yeah. Everything sugar, 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 sugar. Okay. Now, what did you learn from that experience?
I learned that you adjust. You don't have an option wherever you are in a foreign environment.
Yes.
You'll be very excited for a very short while, and then it will hit you and become very nostalgic and homesick. And then eventually you'll get over it because you have to survive. And we're made to survive. And so to survive, it's essential to adapt. You don't have an option. If you don't adapt, you won't eat this new food. So you'll end up dying, right? I mean, basically, so we are meant to adapt. That's the only way we can survive any experience we're not used to.
Yeah, that's actually the aim of this forum, for you to learn how to adapt to another environment. You
Yeah,
know, when you go back to your original environment, you can do whatever you want, but so long as you're here, you have to adapt. You have to do things the way they do things, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
at
That's
least
right.
to the best of your ability. Okay. Can we go to the second experience if you don't mind?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The second experience is probably my favorite place on the planet.
Oh, okay.
In Italy. I visited a couple of times. One of my best friends is Italian, and I went to visit her when I graduated from college. Well, she came and visited me first the a few months earlier, and then invited me to stay with her family. So when I graduated, this was my gift to myself. So I went and visited her, and
Okay.
nobody spoke English. She lives in a village, in a small village in the north, and so nobody spoke English. She spoke a few words, and only an older friend, she lived in America when she was a child. Her parents immigrated from Italy and then immigrated back to Italy when she was a teenager, so she spoke perfect English because she grew up in America like for 10 years. And
Yes.
so the three of us stuck together because I couldn't speak with anybody else. Like, I don't speak
Oh,
Italian and nobody speaks English. And we would hop on the train. You know, one day we'll go to Florence, one day go to Venice, one day go to Rome. And this experience was very special for me
yeah.
because this is another collectivist society like Egyptian society where people are always together. You're always around people, you know,
Okay.
but it's a very happy culture. People know how to enjoy to live, you know. So that experience, I stayed with her family. I wasn't you know, planning to stay for a long time, but her dad, you know, kept telling me, you know, stay, stay, stay. So I kept
Okay.
extending my trip until I ran out of money and my visa expired, so I had to go back. But it was really such a special experience for me because my mom worked in travel agencies all her life. So since I was a kid, we traveled the world. We went to the Far
Okay.
East, we went to Europe every
Yeah.
summer. You know, we took a cruise in the Mediterranean. We just travel, travel, travel. But when you know somebody in the community and live with them in the community, then you see a totally different place, because your experience is on a much deeper level. You're not on a tour bus just looking at buildings and going to museums. You're experiencing people eating together, getting invited to their houses. I remember once, I was so tired of having nobody speaks English to me, because I was there for 2 months the first time I visited. So her friends were all there in the evening, and they were sitting outside. Of course, it's nice in the summer. And I said to everybody, good night. And they asked her why. I said, Eugenia, I'm tired. Nobody speaks English and I can't understand what you guys are saying. So I'm going to go upstairs and just sleep. So they decided that they will take me on a 1 hour drive to a friend of theirs who was married to an Australian woman and can speak perfect English. So they took me, and we traveled for an hour only to be able to speak English with somebody. Isn't that very nice of them?
That's wonderful.
Isn't that so nice of them to go out of their way to make me feel welcome and not isolated and be able to enjoy myself? So I really appreciated this, very much.
One of the things, I take away from this program is when you are from a distant place, that there's that distance between you and other people. You don't really appreciate that people are almost the same everywhere until you get in there and then you begin to experience their culture. Can you imagine somebody saying, okay, let's take you an hour away?
Yes.
So that you can do what? Feel at home.
Yeah, isn't that so special? They didn't have to do that. It was an act of generosity, of kindness,
That is absolutely wonderful. And I think this is a good place for us to end this conversation. I wish we had all the time to keep going. But if another opportunity presents itself, why not? We'll come back. Now, I like to say that if anybody who wants to be part of this, this forum should look at this. crossculturalexperiences@gmail.com. That's all you need. Just email me and then we'll take it from there. It doesn't matter whether you are a professor with 500 PhDs. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, what you look like. Nope. This is a forum for everybody. Everybody can take part, in it. And so, Amal, I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
Your journey from Egypt to the United States to a remote place in Italy, where you found what? Human kindness.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.